What is going on? I'm Zedmot. That is Zedmot, as in code Zedmot in the creator code boost. Throwing Zedmot in there gets you all sorts of warm and fuzzies. We've got Scorchers loaded. I have been flying, literally flying through the Mega Crab, as you can see, averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of 16 seconds a stage. And I said to myself, there's no point in doing that. That is just ridiculous. Let's have a little bit of fun. This is the Troop Health Mega Crab, the Mega Turtle, whatever the heck you want to call it, the Mega Event 2.0, or I guess it's like 35.0 at this point. I don't know. I'm curious to hear how many events we've had at this point. If you are one of those people who likes to look up details or do math or something, do let me know how many Mega Crabs we've had, how many Mega Turtles, how many Megas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to beat a stage using every single troop. It is the troop health. We're going to use all medics. We're going to beat a stage. Then I'm going to work my way through the rest of them, probably Cryoneers next. I figure I should have done this early on. And then we'll also talk about some actual good troop combos as we go along. Just trying to keep this fresh and fun. Low levels of Mega Crab can be very, very boring for max level players. I would love to be able to destroy up to like a quarter of your XP level or something like that. So if we could destroy up to like level 16 or something like that, don't make me do math. But let's get going. We are not going to we are going to use Kavan. We're going to use Kavan. We're going to try to beat this using all rifles all of the time, or I should say all medics all of the time. But we will be using all of the critters to get this down, and we'll also be using Kavan and all medics. So maybe a quick challenge for you. See if you can beat a stage using every single different troop type. I mean, the Mega Crab is a great source of powder, but these low-level stages are not super difficult for max-level players. So just trying to get something interesting in here. If you have another suggestion of ways to make these low levels fun and interesting, please do let me know, because I just try and mix it up. And one of the things I talked about was how Scorchers have made PvP and even operations way easier than they've ever been before. And a couple people replied saying, yeah, but we can always use crappy troops to make it harder. And that is something I have done for a long time, but it's sort of backwards. The idea of making the game fun by doing dumb things is not new to Boom Beach, but the fact that things have become a little bit monotonous at times for Operation Attacks and Dr. T and War Factory and all that sort of good stuff is not awesome. So I love it. I keep letting me know your ideas of making things like Mega Crab more interesting and more fun, but I wish that Supercell would also implement a way for us to not have to make it fun, make it challenging, allow us to skip these boring bits, because later stages of Mega Crab are super fun and interesting, and you can get some big brain IQ 300 stuff going on. But for this low level stuff, you can basically get a full frontal lobotomy and still beat it. So all medics checked off the list. I do not have troop layouts for this, obviously, because that would be straight up ridiculous. We're going to get all Cryoneers next. Now, this troop health is going to be fantastic. Now, in the past, typically people don't like to, or it becomes difficult to smoke Zookas and heavy Zooka later on the stages, but this extra troop health is going to mean that your Zookas can hit all sorts of mines. So this is a great idea. Get Bullet out front, let him get shots in the face, because he's going to have a ton of health. And also, don't forget your Operation Attacks. Every single Mega Crab, there are people who miss Operation Attacks, and it doesn't make sense, because you have extra intel in the bank, you can do harder operations, which makes it more fun, but then suddenly people start, you can see them online, like their Mega Crab leaderboard is going up and up because they are online attacking things, and then the operation ends and they haven't attacked. So don't be one of those people. I know that none of my subscribers would do that, but there are people out there in other task forces, so I figured I would send out the word. Now, this is kind of cheating. Using all Cryoneers with Kavan and his second wind is kind of cheating. We're not actually using all Cryoneers. We could have used all Cryoneers, smoked into this corner somewhere where that shock launcher doesn't range, and then free sniped it. If you don't know what free snipe is, it basically means you clear all the defenses so nothing can shoot you in the face, and then you burn the core. It's a standard term for War Factory for operation attacks, even PvP, I suppose. Those people who have those weird bases where their HQ is at the very back of their map, and all you have to do is like fart out a couple different defenses. Now, there's one other video I want to do in the next little while, and that is Boom Beach terminology. Every time I join a random task force, and then I make a note that says like, yes, a note, I randomly get upgraded to officer fairly quickly because like one person in the world recognizes me, but I'll make a note that says like shock the SL, and people are like, what the heck is an SL? So there is standard Boom Beach terminology. There is clock references. There's all sorts of good stuff. So if you don't know what that stuff is, please do let me know in the comments, because I think that video would be helpful. I know it's like 6 years late, but it's on my list of things to do. Next up, we are going to move along. What is the next weakest troop? I'm going to get rid of Mechs, because Mechs drive me nuts. Mechs, now, if you look at the game details, Mechs are supposed to stun defenses. Very, very short durations of stun, but they don't. Now, I don't know if that was intentional or it's a feature that's coming or what, but Mechs are incredibly slow. I hate them simply because they're so darn slow and they cost so much GBE. So maybe if they were to nerf Scorchers, they could boost. What's the opposite of boost? I'm totally... yeah, buff. There we go. Buff. Brain not working. They could buff Mechs. Mechs just aren't an inspiring troop. They're too slow, and they don't do enough good stuff. Yeah, they've got some good health, and with Life Leech, they were basically unstoppable. Kind of fun, but overall, not a huge fan of Mechs. So we're going to get those out of the way. I do like... Cryoneers, by the way. I got them out of the way simply because they don't have all sorts of damage. Medics, support troops. So getting support troops out of the way first makes a lot of sense. And now we're going to come in with these Mechs and just cruise through everything. But anything Mechs can do, Scorchers can do better. So don't... Actually, that's not entirely true, but for the most part. So don't go thinking you should be using Mechs because my Mechs are cutting through this stage like butter. Stick with Scorchers if you're going to go with one universal troop type. Let's get all these critters out here. And by the way, the face cam is off today. I am in need of a haircut, and also just I like to have the full game in full high definition without having to worry about my face taking up any of this beautiful Boom Beach mega turtle goodness. I wish you could zoom out a bit more, just like a tiny bit more. I feel like you used to be able to do that, or maybe it's on a different device you can do that, but that looks super cool. Watching from the bird's eye view. Mechs done. Let's keep moving. We've got Mechs, let's just do Bombardiers, because I think I might actually even have a troop combo for that. Nope, we already have a troop combo. Warriors it is. Let's get Warriors back there. Now, Warriors, hopefully... Yeah, I really should have scouted first, because this could have gone very, very poorly. If you're going to do this strategy, do make sure you scout, because otherwise bad things could happen. Those critters are hopefully going to get all of our troops moving and distract that shock launcher enough that we can get over into here. We're going to gap smoke past a lot of this stuff, not huge gaps. Now, with brick loaded, make sure if you throw your smoke on the front corner of a defense, you can get brick underneath the smoke. It works very well. So if we're going to throw it right on that front corner of that machine, or that's not a machine gun, that is a brain turning off. That is a sniper tower. Wow, holy crow. So throw your smoke on that front corner, and brick will sneak underneath and stay underneath the smoke as long as... Uh-oh, I just said she would and then she didn't. So that was not a great example of anything, but look how many shots in the face brick just took. Lots and lots of health means brick is going to be extra healthy, bullet's going to be extra healthy. So just because it's called troop health, it doesn't mean that we're not going to get extra health on our heroes, and the heroes with the extra health are going to be a huge benefit. So lots of people asking which hero should they use for this Mega Crab. Realistically, Bullet is probably your guy, simply because he has ridiculous amounts of health to start with, and his energy drink is based on percentages. So if it's going to bring back 40% of his health, and he suddenly has 200% extra health, then some sort of math wizard can tell me that it's going to be good stuff for him. Now, moving along, getting through all of our troops. Really should have. I wish there was the button that says like load all boats with Bombardier or something like that. That could be magical right now, as opposed to having to click on all of these. And it would be great for trying out other troop combos as well. You could like load all with Bombardiers, and then you could bring in a couple of medics after the fact, as opposed to 27 different clicks. Now, Bombardiers, I'm doing them early, not because they're weak, but because they're going to be very strong. Bombardiers have tons and tons of damage, but they've been a little bit weak based on health. Now, suddenly throw in 75, 100, 200% extra health. Bombardiers are going to be amazing for this Mega Crab. So don't just think because I brought them in early on this video that they're going to be weak or something like that. That is 1000% not the case. They're going to be crazy, crazy strong. I'm really looking forward to using Bombardiers on some later stages because they're just going to be able to take shots to the face. Like, can you imagine a Bombardier that can take a shot from a boom cannon? That is a scary, scary troop. Now, I haven't done the math to say that's actually going to happen in this time. I don't know what 200% is and what boom cannons are going to be giving. I kind of doubt it because as you go further on into the Mega Crab, the defenses get boosts as well. So don't quote me on that. Don't say, but Zedmot said Bombardiers can get shot in the face by boom cannons, because I really don't know. If someone wants to answer, I'm basically making a video with all sorts of questions, and I'm hoping that commenters like yourself answer even one of them, because that would be magically delicious as we clear towards the core on 18. Now, 18 is typically that first octagon stage on the Mega Crab, so the fact that we're not getting an octagon stage on the Mega Turtle maybe shows that we're going to be able to get a little bit further as a low level on, say, on the Mega Turtle, because typically stage 18 starts to get a bit tough. People start to have some failures, but it looks like we're just going to cruise through all this stuff. We've lost a total of 0 Bombardiers, even with shock launchers and rocket launchers shooting them in the face. Brick's health is nothing to scoff at either. Good stuff here. And this account that you're watching right here, I can't remember if I boosted on screen or off screen, but these are my statues. I do not have Mega Crab statues. Mega Crab statues means you have like 1 or 2 GBE. This is Operation and Attack. I have 6 GBE statues, 4 troop damage statues, and 1 troop health statue. So 11 statues, all sorts of good power. Let's get... let's do Zookas because they're here. I would use Zookas for basically any stage of the Mega Crab. The thing about Zookas are that they are very high risk, high reward. The fact that you can smoke them to the very, very back of this base is fantastic until you fail, and then suddenly you're looking at having to smoke all your troops back there again, and it's just not ideal. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to drop all of my troops right into this. Now, notice, don't use flares. Using flags saves you some GBE, and all your troops get exactly where you want them to be without having to worry about waiting for flares or spending GBE. So way too often I see people dropping a flare where you could simply drop a flag. So just drop a flag, save yourself some GBE, and all your troops are going to get there, group up nice and cozy, and everything's going to go copacetically, amazingly wonderful. I feel like copacetic wasn't the right word there, but words are fun. So if you have a favorite word, also do let me know in the chat. I am a big reader, read a ton of books, so I am a bit of a word geek. Would love to hear your favorite words, your favorite anything for that matter. I'm just straight up love responding to comments, I suppose. And it's Friday, and it's ridiculously sunny. I am hoping to get that shock launcher pointing at those critters as all of our troops completely obliterate everything in their path. I kind of hope you didn't think I was going to fail with Zookas. Zookas are my bread and butter. Many troops do many good things, but Zookas are bae, for lack of a better term. That's probably even the wrong term, but anyways, Zooka's down. I don't even know how many stages we've done at this point, maybe 4 or 5, cruising through all. Look at that. I actually don't have the Lunar trophy, which was, I actually got the Stone Lunar trophy off screen, so I don't know if I didn't play this in the past or what. Kind of surprising to be getting those trophies. I don't think it's a bug. I just must have missed this. Speaking of missing things, should have done all heavies long ago. This is going to be problematic. You know what? I'm going to scout at this point. Don't want to waste more of your time than I have to. Yeah, we can use all heavies for this stage. It will be ugly. It will not be ideal, but I've got a massive sneeze coming on, so... Okay, hopefully that did not burst your eardrums. Tried to mute my microphone. Sadly, my microphone is on my left side, and that is where my torn shoulder is, so that was double painful. Don't recommend. Yeah, that was awful. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. Just. Oh, I would. Yeah, that was not awesome at all. I think next time I'm just gonna let the your eardrums be exploded because that was incredibly painful, and I do not recommend that at all. For those of you who are new to the channel, I tore my shoulder January 2nd. I complained saying that 2020 was bad, and then 2021 has been like a bajillion times worse. Torn shoulder, sleeping on the couch by myself, doing rehab, not doing any exercises at all. So this is not me whining for sympathy. It's just my reality at the moment is not super duper awesome. So that sneeze was like a kick in the crotch. That was awful. Anyways, moving on, getting all of our heavies. Now that flotsam, I don't think it's going to be a big concern simply because all of our heavies have so much health. Did we lose any heavies? No, we're still at 7 out of 7 heavies, just cruising through all of this stuff. Now, all heavies actually packs a fairly decent punch, but the problem is there's boom cannons and all sorts of stuff around, so I am probably in a world of problems right here. I'm going to move forward. We're going to try and get rid of some of those things that are shooting our troops in the face, and then we'll come back and free snipe. I told you we were going to use some of that terminology, and then hopefully we don't have our troops just whittling away, because that would be a massive problem if... need that sniper tower to go the heck away if we're going to have any chance of taking this down. Okay, now we're going to have to sit here and wait for 2 minutes and change. So I apologize in advance. I'm kind of tempted to pause the video. Should have come in and gotten this boom cannon and sniper tower. We are just going to have to sit here and wait and hope for the best. Let's see how those heavies are doing against boom cannons. So boom cannons not doing a ton of damage. This is a fairly middle to high-end boom cannon. Heavies just grinding away. I picture every time I see these heavies grinding away, I think of like trying to cut down a tree with a chainsaw that doesn't have a chain on it or something like that. That might be my backwoods small town upbringing or something, just to make it sound like I was raised in a 2-room hut with an outhouse or something like that. That was kind of a strange reference. Anyways, Mega Crab, stage 20, all heavies. If you're going to use all heavies, perhaps do them on a stage that does not have 9 shields hidden far away. If the shields would have been back here, it wouldn't have been a problem, but now, are we going to get our first fail? And honestly, I'm not trying to get like Canada #1 or anything like that. As you could probably tell by the fact that I'm using all medics and all heavies and stuff, so a fail here and there is not a big deal, but I really didn't want to waste your time with a heavy, so if I had some dramatic music, I would be adding it right about here, but sadly I don't have that. All I have is this right here. My soundboard is incredibly limited. Look at that though. The health is moving. We are slowly but surely grinding that shield away, and we have a chance. Now, our next battle orders is 54 GBE. So we're not going to get 54 GBE. We're going to get 27 GBE, which just happens to be half of that, I suppose. Strange coincidence. But not going to be enough to get a battle order, so it's going to be very close to see if we can get this. Speed serum music, perhaps. What is the best use of our gunboat energy? It's going to be artillery, and we are probably not going to get this down. Let's throw a med kit as well. Med kit not going to do a heck of a lot. Maybe we can save 1 heavy, but we are not going to get this down. Boo. But maybe, just maybe, we can take this down using all gunboat energy, which would be kind of like still using heavies. Nope, we can't do that. Too much damage to use. You know what? We're going to do it anyways. If we fail, we fail. I am not going to use another troop until we get it down using our actually, we could use our existing heavies, but I've already reloaded them. So let's go something like this, and we are going to drop a shock on here and hope that we can get this down using critters, because otherwise I am going to just keep continuing. So I guess there's my new thing. If we're going to do it using one troop and one troop only, no reloads, because reloads are just going to make this unfair. So I think we've gotten all of the troops done that are going to be difficult now that this is done. Critters for the win, no extra troops used, so that kind of counts. Wasting a bit of your time, I apologize. Thank you for your patience. I'm working on that. As a Canadian, I apologize a ton, trying to say thank you for your patience as opposed to apologizing. Let's have a look at stage 21, see what they have in store. This has only 712,000 health. I wish I would have been able to see how much health that last one had. I'm guessing the shield was more healthy than that. Let's go all rifles. All rifles. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, all rifles is one of my all-time favorite ways to attack. All rifles is incredibly satisfying and fun on operation attacks, on PvP, on mega crabs. So this one is going to be one for the record books. I love Riflemen. Now you'll notice I have boosted the Scorcher health. I have not boosted the medic healing. So we managed to beat that stage using all medics without the extra medic healing, just to show just how powerful medics are, or not. Now, we're going to go something like this, clear all sorts of mines. I, for whatever reason, can never hit the corner of all four. I actually managed to do it this time. And now we're just going to drop all of our medics right about here. That CMO is going to be a pain in my butt. CMOs, for whatever reason, just absolutely love to shoot brick in the face. Like, they can have critters on top of them. They can have like riflemen who are almost dead, and they will just say, nope, I'm going to shoot brick in the face. So chances of brick actual. Let's throw a med kit. Speaking of medic related things, we've got a bunch of mines coming up, and this was not going to be super duper great. Did brick make it? Brick made it past 2 CMOs. This is a red letter day. For those of you who, does anyone out here recognize the term red letter day? That is something from like kindergarten, I believe. So I might just be making things up at this point, but red letter day reminds me of being in kindergarten for some strange reason. Kindergarten was a couple years ago for me, but nonetheless, we are going to try to clear all the way forward. I said this was going to be a piece of cake, and it has not been a piece of cake. That sniper shock launcher is not going down. We don't have a med kit. We are slowly but surely burning through this, and I need some form of GBE, or this is going to go terribly poorly. We are about to fail. We are about to fail hard. Oh, man. Oh, no. So we are now in problem land, where I said I wasn't going to use any more troops, and we've lost all our rifles. So I think the only solution to this, without loading troops, is we're going to bring Bullet in, and we'll show off the power of Bullet having 100% extra troop health. Oops, I guess I need to load troops. We're going to load those rifles and not use them. Not being able to attack without loading troops is a little bit frustrating at times. I would love, as someone who doesn't have instant training, to be able to clear my map using just Bullet, but I can understand why they do that as well, because if you could attack without troops, you would end up attacking an operation attack without having reloaded your troops, and you would get super frustrated, and you would be angry that your attack had been lost or wasted. So I can understand why it's the case, but also I wish they would just add a button that says, like, are you sure you want to attack with no troops or something like that? Because Bullet is hopefully going to save our video by getting all sorts of this down. You'll see that our artilleries are still able to take down a lot of this stuff. One other thing that I should be able to do over here is just throw all sorts of gunboat energy onto those shields and let our critters destroy them. Probably not. There we go. Shields popped. I don't know if that was actually the critters or if that was Bullet. We're going to use energy drink, trying to speed this up. Now, I used energy drink at a totally stupid spot. Bullet on his own shoots faster when he gets damaged. So using an energy drink when he's not deep into the red is not ideal. What you want to do is let him take some damage. I'm going to leave those rocket launchers shooting him because it's going to make this actually go down a little bit faster. But I'm also going to unlock some of these buildings because doing damage to buildings actually helps blow up the core as well. Oops, I thought I was going to do damage to buildings, but I didn't have enough GBE for an artillery. So we're just going to have to wait here for Bullet getting shots to the dome. All of those critters are going to do, every single building they destroy does a fraction of the core's health. I got a video on that as well. Works very, very well for operation attacks. You can actually just farm buildings and make the core explode is a great way to save having the smoke to the very, very back of the map. You know what? Let's use an energy drink. Again, don't use energy drinks like the way I'm doing it right now because it's a bad, bad idea and not getting optimal use of your GBE. But we're not trying to get optimal use. We're trying to get this down as fast as we possibly can. And Bullet and all rifles, I gotta say, I would have never guessed that I would fail with all rifles. I'm tempted to try one more stage using all rifles, but that is not the name of this video. This video is going to be all about using every different troop combo. What have we got? Not every combo. Let's not get crazy. Grenadiers. Have not used Grenadiers yet. Wow. I love Grenadiers. Now, Grenadiers get a lot of hate. And it's typically people who have just gotten Grenadiers and they have never used them before and they're like, well, they keep missing. These things are stupid. Just be aware that Grenadiers missing is fantastic. The fact that they don't have pinpoint accuracy just makes them that much better. I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Hopefully we can get this down using Grenadiers. Ooh, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, the shield gens are on... Let's find those cables. There's one over here somewhere. Where does that cable go to? Oh, right there. Okay. One on the right, one on the left. We're going to go to the right because they're the left, actually. There's more boom cannons on the right, so we're going to go off to the left-hand side. I am hopeful that Kavan can heal these Grenadiers. Now, just be aware that you're going to watch them and they're going to clear every mine ever, basically. So the fact that they miss is just super, super fantastic. And you'll notice that they're going to miss and they're going to damage all the buildings in behind themselves. And that's going to be incredibly, incredibly helpful because it's going to remove mines. It's going to do extra damage. It's going to get us all sorts of gunboat energy. And we can shock these rocket launchers right here. And then all of our troops are going to clear the mortars in behind, the boom cannons in behind. So boom cannons outrange Grenadiers, but the fact that we can destroy them from far, far away by hiding in behind things just means that Grenadiers are so strong, and a lot of people don't understand that their missing is a huge, huge benefit. Whoever designed Grenadiers was either a genius or they didn't understand what the heck was going on, but I mean, the fact they missed is just so good. Like, that boom cannon right there, burning through it without any difficulty. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my gunboat energy over here on this right-hand side shield because the fact that Grenadiers miss just means that we're going to have to sit here and wait and wait and wait, and I don't want to put you guys through that again. So instead, we're just going to get rid of that shield on the right-hand side. We've got tons of gunboat energy. No reason why we wouldn't do that. Grenadiers cruising to a somewhat easy victory. That laser is making me a little... There we go. Laser. Now, Grenadiers have a ton of health as well. Bombardiers have been limited based on their health. They've got more accuracy but less health. Grenadiers have tons of health, and adding this extra 100% or whatever we're at right now is only going to make them that much better. So we lost a total of, what, 5 Grenadiers, I think? Come on. Yeah, 5 Grenadiers. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and Bob is your uncle. Apparently, Bob is your uncle is a very Canadian thing to say. So if you're from not Canada, please let me know if you've heard that before, because I got a comment yesterday saying that is incredibly, incredibly Canadian. And I don't know what is and isn't Canadian because I am Canadian and I've traveled the world extensively, but I don't keep track of what people say. I do love idioms. Frog in your throat is very Canadian / American / English, whereas the French say something completely different that doesn't come to mind right now. I'm hoping that I haven't forgotten a ridiculous troop. I think the Scorchers are all that's left. Let's see here. Top row, done. second row almost done. Yeah, so it's just going to be Scorchers. Then we're going to call it a day, and we are already at 30 minutes. So these early stages just pack full of time. You can force close very easily on this Mega Crab. I would recommend using Everspark if you're going to do that with Scorchers, because that's going to give you the best bang for the buck. And you might be thinking, but Zed, you already said that um, Mr. Bullet's going to be the best hero, and that's true. Bullet is going to be the best hero, but when you force close, Bullet's just going to die because he can't use his energy drink, and it causes nothing but problems. So I also realize that Bullet is likely, actually not likely, Bullet is better with tanks, but I'm just trying to fast forward this stage. We are going to use all sorts of battle orders to try and fast forward through this stage. Tanks are not super duper amazing to me. I don't enjoy using tanks all that much, so if we can speed things up a little bit, it's going to be super beneficial to my mental health, for lack of a better way to describe it. Now this one does not... Uh-oh, what just happened? Oh, there's the barrage. I was wondering what was going on there. Now let's get our last shock out right in there. That shock blaster is going to be a problem, so we're going to throw some gunboat energy on that. That Doom Cannon also going to be a problem. So this is the first stage where we've seen some defenses that are going to cause us some issues. We've got Doom Cannons, we've got shock blasters. Oh my. Not a big concern. Let's just bring all of our troops into here and hopefully get rid of that shock blaster without losing too many troops to that flamethrower. And now I think we can just sit here, actually. There is a SEMO on that far side, which is going to cause us some problems, but tanks have lots and lots of health and do lots and lots of damage, so that is why they have been the hero of Mega Crabs in the past. Probably Scorcher tank going to be an option in this Mega Crab, but Scorcher might even be better. Curious to see what troops are viable on the later stages. Not there yet though, because I am on the west coast of Canada, which means Mega Crab happens at the middle, starts in the middle of the night for me. Finally, without further ado, I think I have a troop loadout for this. There we go. That's going to save us a bit of time. Only have to load 2 Scorchers. This is my standard map clear at the moment. Now, we are going to use... I'm going to use Taunt. Typically with Bullet, we're going to use Energy Drink, but because he's got all that extra health, Taunt is going to be helpful, I think. Let's see how much is on this shield. Okay. 1 shock launcher at the left, not a big deal. We're going to go along this... I don't recognize this. Typically the shields would be like along this wall and this wall, so this might be a Mega Crab or Mega Turtle specific stage. If you're seeing different stages than we're used to on the Mega Crab, please do let me know. I don't tend to pay a ton of attention, but this looks like a new stage, and if that's the case, hallelujah. I really like the fact that all the shields are right around the core, because that means that all of our Scorchers are going to be absolutely perfect for this. I'm going to get rid of this shock launcher, just randomly throwing gunboat energy at it. Spent a little bit too much on it, but that's okay. Overspending, not the end of the world. Let's see how those critters right against the core are going to do. I mean, these Scorchers are just going to like hang out, crush everything in their way, and I think I probably should flare like this. That way some of the Scorchers are going to get there, some of them will not, and then they'll just spread out around the core, and we're going to get all sorts of goodness as I throw a Lego shock at the back. Lego shock, by the way, 4x2 and shocking 8 defenses. I call it a Lego shock simply because I think I have more Lego in my house than anyone I know. My kids are obsessed with it. They spend like 6 hours a day on it. You know what? Let's troll Dr. T. I think it's actually Hammerman that runs the Mega Turtle as opposed to Dr. T. But let's just get all of the buildings. No, don't. I think now we talked about how each building does damage to the core. We're going to show that off right here because we're not going to touch that core and it is going to explode. Trying to troll. Let's see if we can get all these buildings down. Did not get that mortar down. That stage is designed for Scorchers. That is magical, and that was not intended on my part whatsoever. So that is every single troop against Dr. T. Actually, I think it's Hammerman. Let's see here. It shows Dr. T, but way back, I think it was actually Hammerman that brought out the Mega Turtle. I could very well be wrong. That was like 2016 or something like that. Let's do one more stage with rifles just because that was not ideal. I felt like I totally screwed up with rifles. We're going to try one more time. And I have not looked at stage 25. I hope it is something that will be good for rifles. Let's have a quick peek. That is perfect for rifles-ish. Yeesh. Okay. We're going to use all rifles. I am going to use brick just because brick and all rifles is my go-to, and we're just going to give this a shot because my all rifle hit was not ideal under any circumstances or any definition of the word. So we're just going to go like this. We're going to drop all of our rifles right up front and center, and then right about now trying to get that shock out as late as possible, especially against the fact that they had all been hit by the cryo bomb. Just means that you can delay, and now we're going to bring all of our troops into here. Not going well again. So this is a poor start on my part, but I think we can salvage it on this attempt right in here. Just going to clear absolutely everything in our neighborhood. It's going to be a little bit messy. Critters, shock, just shocking absolutely everything, shocking the world. I'm just trying to get some sort of new, good sounding logo slash motto slash whatever the heck I'm trying to say. This is not going to go well either, folks. We are in a world of pain. Hopefully all of this stuff can burn before that shock launcher becomes unshocked. Whew, that was almost a train wreck again. So throwing in an extra attack with some rifles. I'm going to do one more. I don't want to leave you guys quite yet. Long ass video. Can I say ass on the internet? I think I can. I just said it twice, so hope so. Nonetheless, what do we got back here? We've got... See, I want to do all Zookas against this. Like, where's the shields at? Over there. Don't really care. All Zookas... Actually, you know what? We're not going to do all Zooka. We're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to mix in heavy Zooka. Now, heavy Zooka for low levels and for high levels is a fantastic way to attack the Mega Crab. So I'm going to use energy drink. Typically, I would use taunt. Let's just double check what's nearby back there. Nope, we're going to use taunt. Taunt is going to be the ideal way to get this down, because that way Bullet is going to stop some things from attacking. We're going to be able to blow up all of the things, and this is just going to be magical. And then we're going to bid you adieu, and this is going to be amazing. So we're going to drop critters right dead center because they can clear all sorts of defenses for us. And we're going to get all sorts of gunboat energy. Then we're just going to hang out here for a minute. Now, this shock launcher right here is going to be a problem, but thankfully we got lots and lots of free GBE from all of those cryo bombs exploding. Now let's just get going. Now, when you're placing your flags, you need to be careful. If you put them too close to the edge, they will actually have your troops drop on that far ramp, so be a little bit careful there. And now we're going to go right to this corner. We're going to drop our heavies a little bit late, also going to drop Bullet a little bit late, and the advantage of doing that is that they're going to catch up. They are faster than Zookas. You don't have to worry about stopping halfway or anything like that. Just get all of your troops into position. And now we are going to smoke something like this. Getting all of our troops underneath that final smoke with Bullet going to pop forward. He's going to pull out a smoke first. And then we're going to get all sorts of good stuff in about 3, 2, 1. Taunting. Zooka's just hiding behind Bullet, hiding behind all of the things. Nothing should be able to shoot our Zookas. That taunt is going to keep all of the good stuff out front from shooting us, and we're just going to hang out in this corner. Like, this is called a corner anchor. Nothing can shoot our Zookas right now because Bullet is standing out front, getting shot in the face for us. Going to throw one more medkit. You know what? Let's just throw one more shock just to get slightly further into that corner. And now Bullet's going to get out front. Taunt is going to do nothing because nothing is in range, and our Zookas are just going to hang out in that corner. And Bob is your uncle for the second time. Down goes stage 26. I love love heavy Zooka, do consider giving it a shot. Clear some stuff in the front with your heavies out front and then smoke into the back of the base. That is all for me. We are going to be at about 40 minutes. Mega Crab, long videos. Tempted to do a live stream tonight. If you've watched this far, consider throwing Zedmot into your creator boost and then tell me to do a live stream if that's something you'd like to see. I'm going to get something upgraded here. I am also going to send my submarine off on a dive. Don't forget to clear all of your NPCs. Uh-oh, there goes. I thought we actually lost our stream for the second there. Clear your NPCs. Do get your supply chests. Whoops, looks like maybe I've already done that. Switching accounts means that this isn't always accurate. Attack your operations. No, I have not done that. So get your supply chest, attack your operations. Don't forget, as a low level, get imitation games down because that's going to be all sorts of free resources as well. But don't attack PvP because you want to save those for later on. Allah, that was a dude that was in our task force forever. No way. If that's the true Allah, that's amazing. Anyways, as always, thank you for coming in. Hit me up in the comments if you have questions. Don't forget to like, share, click that bell, smash that subscribe button. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmot. Peace.